What is going on, everybody? A bit of a shorter episode today. I didn't really want to make a video about this game at this point, but wouldn't you know, the devs are gonna shut the servers down to this game in just a couple of months from now, on April 28th to be exact, which sucks. I mean, I assume a lot of you are watching this gameplay right now and you don't even really know what this game is, but let me introduce you to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt. This is a battle royale game, which is probably why you never heard of this game, because it came out on a market that is incredibly saturated by now. Like, I mean, when you take all games into account that come out and shut down, you know, just live very shortly, most of those games will be battle royale games. So overall, I guess this was to be foreseen in a way. But I'm not gonna lie, this one was quite special to me at least. I never played the Vampire the Masquerade games. I didn't play the new one, I didn't play the old one, I didn't play the spin-offs, but this universe, or like at least in this game, really sucked me in. Pretty much to sum up the game as a whole. It's a battle royale game, as you might be able to tell, with a big focus on movement, and it has different classes. So different types of vampires you can play as. And it did all of that very, very well. I'll be honest, I don't think I ever heard anyone talk about this game. I don't think I even saw ads for this game going around outside of, I think, one at some Nintendo Direct a very long time ago. But this game, honest to God, this game was so good. The gunplay was super good and snappy, the map was beautifully made, it's like a very, very well recreated version of Prague, and apparently, judging by people online, it was done so very faithfully. And the movement honestly was the best part of the whole game. I like myself a shooter that is not just you standing around and aiming at stuff and shooting every once in a while. I like myself a shooter that is a lot of running around and jumping and everything. And this game had all of that for me and then some. Again, the map has to be, honestly, quite possibly the prettiest map I've ever seen in any battle royale game. Like, it was just done with such a level of fidelity that I didn't find in any other battle royale game ever. And it really got me back into battle royales after I stopped playing them in like 2020 when I stopped playing Fortnite. I was obsessed with this game for a decent bit. I played this game non-stop for weeks on end. I bought the battle passes, I bought in-game cosmetics, I spent a lot of money is what I'm trying to say. And for me, the reason why I stopped playing this game eventually, or like the reason why I stopped playing this game as much, was just because they stopped putting content into the game. This was a decent bit ago. I think that happened roughly a year after the game came out. They just stopped putting new stuff into the game. They made some smaller things, like we got some new weapons along the line. They changed stuff about the battle pass. You can now get stuff for free in the battle pass. So it's not like they did nothing, but they really just let the game be where it was at, which is fine, but I was very hopeful that this whole thing was gonna develop into more. I was hoping that we would get new maps, that we would get new lore to the game, and all of those things. I mean, not the map part, but like new lore, new weapons, and new classes. They all came to the game, but they came very slowly and very sporadically, so the game lost me because of that. But I always knew it's a game I can jump back into, because even though they stopped putting new stuff into the game, they still had the servers up and running, and I did play the game every couple of months. I am very much not as good as I used to be, but I did jump back into the game quite often. But yeah, sadly enough, this game is not gonna be out for that much longer, which is where like the main reason of this video comes in. If you have never played the game, if you have never even heard of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt, but you roughly like what you see here, or you like movement shooters or battle royale shooters, here's me saying that you should really give this game a shot while it's still here. For me personally, this has to be one of my favorite battle royale games I ever played. I really like how the graphics look, the world building, everything is done so well. So yeah, again, if you like the game, it's free. You can download it, I think, on PlayStation and PC. On Steam and Epic Games, I think, also has it. Again, it's very much worth trying out at least once before they shut the whole thing down. And now let's get to the more critical part of the video, theorizing about why this game never really even took off. I talked about one thing already, that thing being that they just launched the game into a market that was already way too overfilled. But it's not just that. I think honestly, the main reason why this thing never really took off as much as many other Battle Royale games did is just that the style isn't something for everyone. It's a very dark and gloomy and gritty game. And I can see this be really cool as like a Halloween season in Warzone, but I can see why people don't want to play a game like this all year round. Also, if you didn't play the game starting from Season 1, getting into the game, like really learning the game, was frustrating as hell for a decent bit there. Because people who did like the game played the game exclusively, which meant that you exclusively played against sweats for a decent bit. Once the player base kind of dwindled down, they started adding some NPCs that you play against, but still, even in that case, you would play around and you would run into like 6 NPCs that don't even hit you once, and then one guy that like hits you with the full-on Fortnite treatment and jumps around you and shoots you down. It's very frustrating. And even playing this game again now kind of has the same effect of yeah, it's a lot. It's something. Which doesn't mean that I don't want you to try this game out. It might be somewhat frustrating learning this game, but it is actually, like, really just a great game. And then again, of course, it's just the content wasn't there when it had to be there. Story stuff took way too long to come out, and when it did come out, it was very half-assed. And yeah, I think if the game would have gone full force when it was there and when it was big, because it had like a decent couple of players at some point, I think it would have had a way better shot. So yeah, finishing this whole video off. Thank you all at Sharkmob, the developers of the game, very much for making this game. I really enjoyed playing it while it lasted. I think it's quite the shame that we couldn't get like some PvE local host server or like private server thing instead of just completely getting rid of all the beautiful work you've done. But I mean, I'm not the guy at the top to make those decisions. Still, thank you very much for the game that you made and the memories I got to have playing those games. I can't wait to see what y'all have coming next, because if this game showed anything, it showed that the people working on this game fucking knew what they were doing, because this was, like, again, just a great, super fun game. And again, to anyone watching the game who's looking for just something to switch things up so you don't have to play Fortnite or Battlefield all the time, really give this game a try. It might not be something to put a lot of time and energy into long term, just because the game is gonna shut down in 6 months, but still, just checking it out and giving it a try is very, very much worth it. But that's about it for this video. Thank you all very much for tuning in and listening to me ramble for a bit. And again, if you even just enjoyed a segment of this gameplay, please consider trying out the game for yourself. Again, you can only play this game right now. If you decide to play this game in 6 months, you will be shit out of luck. But yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble for a bit. Like if you liked this video, and I will catch you all again sometime later this week. Up until then, y'all have a good one.